What's going on, guys? It's Lark here. Today, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, as you may know, is taking a beating this week. It is absolutely crazy. Now, what I want to talk about with you guys is the history of Bitcoin, a little bit, and really be looking at some of the lessons and strategies and thoughts that we should be looking at moving forward with our Bitcoin investing. Quick shout out, as always, to everyone who is hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel down below, guys. I really appreciate all that support, so thank you for supporting my channel, guys. And of course, quick disclaimer, this is not professional financial advice. This is just one dude and his ever-enduring passion for all things crypto-related on the internet. Well, let's get into it. Bitcoin, $3,873.41. Oh my God. That is so crazy. We haven't seen those prices since like a few weeks ago. This is the thing to keep in mind, guys, when we have these kind of price corrections. Look, it does this every few months. We're in a steady movement upwards, but we go up and we go back down. We go up and we go back down. You guys have to keep it real here. The last time Bitcoin's at this price was August 22nd. We're not going to count September 5th here. August 22nd was about the last time. It's only a few weeks ago, guys. You know, and before that, we were in a very sort of bearish time. And we got all the way down to $2,000, $1,800, $1,900. You know, it was crazy back there in July. So you look at the larger picture here, and you start to get a feeling for the general trajectory in general of Bitcoin. But this happens, guys. We have these run-ups. People go crazy. Oh, my God, this is amazing. Oh, my God, I'm such a genius. Oh, this is amazing. Keep buying Bitcoin. Keep buying Bitcoin. Oh, God, it's all coming apart. Sell it all now. Ah, why did I sell? Why did I sell? Why did I sell? Buy more, buy more, buy more. Look, guys, I'm being silly, of course, but the reality is that the market goes up and it goes back down. It goes up and it goes back down. If you're trying to be a day trader and getting out there and trying to make yourself $1 million, hey, look, people are doing that. People are doing that. That is not what I do. I don't have the time or the patience to stare at charts for, 15, 16 hours a day. But people do, and they make money. They are the extreme minority of people. The majority of people who go out there and try and trade will do what I just, was playing around with there. Is that people will buy going into the hype, and they will sell as the fear comes in. You have to be ready for this to happen in the Bitcoin land. If you're not ready for 20% daily price reductions of the price of Bitcoin going from $5,000 to $3,000 in the course of a few days, you're not ready for cryptocurrencies. I'm serious. Because you're just going to get stressed out and just go put your money in a bank and get like, 2% interest or 1% interest, whatever, on your money a year. You don't have to worry about that at all. If that's how you're going to look at it, and every time this happens, you're going to freak out. Just be calm. Relax. When I see this kind of stuff happening today, like it never even enters my mind to sell. Couldn't imagine it. But it's a question of belief, guys. And that's what I believe. I believe that cryptocurrencies are the future revolution of the internet. They are the future revolution of money. The projects that we invest in, Bitcoin itself, of course, the future of money, right? And of course, some of the other coins as well, Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash and atomic swaps makes all this stuff all that much more possible all the time. But as well, if we look at the blockchain-based projects that we see moving forward, projects like NEM and Monero and Lisk and Qtum and Stratus and Arc and Waves, these are amazing tech companies, guys. And the fact that something like Arc is only valued at $100 million is crazy. It'll be a multi-billion-dollar company one of these days, assuming, of course, that these companies succeed. There will be some losers in the market. That's why we diversify, right? But the market does this. The market does this. I'm not surprised to see things down 20%. I remember last time it was like this, and it was oh, Bitcoin's around like $2,000 or something. Well, it's not the last time. Last time I was trying to buy a bunch of Bitcoin. And I just gone, oh my God, I have to buy Bitcoin. Where's my card at? Where's my card at? Time to buy Bitcoin. Because it always goes back up, guys. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back with Bitcoin. And look, I wanted to give you some history today for those of you who are a little newer to the whole Bitcoin thing, you know, and I've watched Bitcoin news for years. It took me a long time before I actually jumped on board with Bitcoin, but I've been watching the news for a long time, and you keep seeing it time and time again. You almost set your watch by, you know, when are the naysayers going to come in? Look, there's been a lot of Bitcoin crashes. I like this one. So it went from $1 to 32 and then back down. Oh my God. Bottomed out at $2. Oh, why isn't it? Why? Go ahead, Bitcoin, go to $2. I'm ready. I got $100 somewhere. Let's just do it. No, I'm teasing, of course, guys. The summer crash of 2012. It was the summer of 2012. Of course, Bitcoin fork, March 2013. The bubble burst, April 2013. Mount Gox. If we go through the news headlines, look at this. The Bitcoin crash of 2013. Don't you feel silly now? Says Michael Hildzik. He says you should be silly because you invested in Bitcoin and you lost all your money because you didn't hold. It's amazing. If you think of the people who bought Bitcoin, even when it was $1,200, if you had the foresight to hold that Bitcoin, amazing, amazing. Now, hey, look, a lot of the people who bought their Bitcoin back in December of 2013, it was a pretty hard run after that, guys. It really, really was, because if you look at the all-time trend on Bitcoin, from 2013 onward, we didn't actually see those high prices again for a very, very, very long time. Bitcoin became very bearish, went way, way, way down, spent a whole year in the $200 range before we finally started to see that recovery and growth in 2016, where we finally started moving up. And the growth that's happened in the past few months has been unprecedented. Unprecedented in the history of Bitcoin. You know, we have seen exponential growth, and this here pales in comparison to this. I understand that. But nevertheless, the growth this summer has been something else. So we're going to keep seeing this, guys. What are some of the reasons why these corrections, happen? Well, there's stages of it, right? We had the profit-taking stage already. That was, the lead up to 5,000. People were buying, and the right people, the people who knew what was going on, they were selling at the highest point they could. They looked at, well, there's too much excitement in the market right now. We're going to come up, and then we'll go back down a little bit. The old hands at Bitcoin, that's what they saw happen. So they sold at 5,000, and then they waited. Or they sold at 4,800 or 4,700, whatever it might be. And they waited. And then what happens? Something, right? China sneezes, Putin farts, the price of Bitcoin crashes. Everyone starts panic selling. It's a phase. It's what we go through. And then everyone says, oh, Bitcoin's the worst thing ever. Why did I get involved in this? Take my money back. I'm going to sell it now at a 20% loss. I just have to get anything I can out of this. And that's when, the long-termers, the believers, if you will, come in and buy up all the bargains, guys. It's amazing. It's amazing. Look, the market is very bearish at the moment, and I would not be surprised if we saw Bitcoin go down even farther, especially if we see official confirmation from China about the Bitcoin exchanges. It's all just rumor and speculation at this point, so don't read too much into it, but that fear in the market is very real, and it's a very emotional marketplace. But if you come over here and look at the market, and look for the things that are losing the most value in relation to Bitcoin. In fact, a lot of things are up in relation to the price of Bitcoin. That's interesting. That's quite interesting. So actually, a lot of these projects have increased. If you're looking for good buys, you want to look for things that are down in relation to the price of Bitcoin. Actually, Bitcoin's leading the pack in going down. Everything else is kind of doing okay. It gives you a really different picture when you come over here and you look at the US dollar versus the Bitcoin. Yeah, of course the US dollar market's down because everything's based on the price of Bitcoin, basically. But if you look at the Bitcoin value of things, actually there's a lot of things that are doing really well. Monero, kicking butt, again, up quite well in the relation to the price of Bitcoin. you know, and a lot of others too. You know, NEM's holding steady. It's all a little 1% there. You know, Omise Go doing great. Neo, nice recovery. Lisk continues its inexorable move to the top. So those are important things to keep in mind here, guys. JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon. Bitcoin, a terrible store of value. This is labeled January 23rd, 2014. You can see this old dinosaur has been quoting on the price of Bitcoin for a long, long time. So let's just imagine if Jamie Dimon had invested in Bitcoin on the 23rd of January 2014, how much would he have you know, stood to gain? January 23rd. That's close enough. $800. So he would have, even on today's prices, would have made $3,000 per Bitcoin. I think Jamie Dimon's just a big old whale. Got tons of Bitcoin sitting in his safe and a hard wallet, and just keeps trying to push the market down so he can buy more. Jamie Dimon, that guy. Of course, this is another article from back in January 2015. Again, the same stuff we always see keep coming up. You know, what do we see here? We see Russia banning Bitcoin websites. Whoa! I talk about Russia all the time in the news, guys. It's the same stuff all the time. The same kind of fear comes into the marketplace. Oh my God, there was a hacking. Somebody got hacked. Right? CX.io says that Bitcoin mining is not profitable anymore. Yeah, back in the day when you could probably mine, you know, if you did cloud mining on CX.io, man, you would have made a killing back then. A killing. You would have been getting like a few Bitcoin a week or something. It'd be crazy. And of course, you hodl those and you move on. But the market is so reactionary to this kind of news that it's really important to keep all this in mind. But I think as we go forward, here we go. Bitcoin failed experiment. January 2016. Thanks, Anthony. It is not a failed experiment, dude. Bitcoin crashes again. Is it Brexit? Did the Brits do it? Did the Brits do it last year? Oh my God. Bitcoin falls 20% in dramatic crash. January 2017. Could be yesterday, right? Look, guys, this happens and it's going to keep happening. And I know it's a lot of the news, a lot of the same kind of stories, but I want to point this out that it is an incredibly emotional market, the Bitcoin market. Crazy things are going to happen, and you need to be prepared for it. You need to be strategic in the way you buy and hold your Bitcoin. You know, what are your Bitcoin goals? That might be a question to ask yourself. What is your goal with Bitcoin or the cryptocurrencies in general? What do you want to get out of it? Are you just buying into the hype because you want to become an overnight millionaire? Well, some people do become overnight millionaires, but very, very few people do. Most people become 3 or 4 year millionaires if they buy and hold. Or preferably, you know, a lot of the guys have just bought and forgot. Like the Norwegian guy, he bought $25 worth of Bitcoin, then he's like, oh, I saw Bitcoin in the news the other day, like 3 or 4 years later. Oh, I have like $1 million now. That's great. Don't short your Bitcoin, guys. I know there are people who do it. If you're a professional trader and that's all you do all day, well, great. You're probably not watching the video anyway. Maybe you are. Maybe you are. But don't short your Bitcoin, guys. Be strategic with it. Get your sell points involved. What do you want to do with your Bitcoin, right? I've got different goals with my Bitcoin. Let me just tell you and give you an idea, something to think about. So of all the Bitcoin that I get, I keep about half of it. You know, other half gets spent on altcoins and stuff, and of course the long-term goal for those altcoins is probably to cash them out for Bitcoin or to cash them out for fiat at some point. Now, certain amounts of that Bitcoin, I'm just going to keep for years and years and years and years and years, because it'll be, you know, my retirement fund essentially. Or maybe I'll just simply be able to retire when I'm 40. Even better, cash out, you know, half of that Bitcoin. And, you know, keep the other half, just, you know, keep hodling. Hodl till I die. Give a Bitcoin to my children someday. How about that? How about that, guys? You know, we're so lucky to be so early into the market here that it's really amazing. It's a really amazing time to be involved in Bitcoin. Because imagine if Bitcoin becomes worth $500,000, $1 million in 10 years. It really could, guys. There's only going to be 21 million of the maximum by the year 2140. But you have to believe in it. You have to believe in it, guys. Even if you bought your Bitcoin at $5,000 the other day, don't despair. Just keep calm and carry on. Don't go and sell your Bitcoin for $3,800 now because you're afraid you're going to lose all your money. If you believe in it, then you're going to do just fine, guys. Anyway, that's all from the Crypto Lark, guys. I hope this video has helped give you a little bit of perspective on, you know, what goes on in the Bitcoin world, what's happened before, and what's going to happen again, guys. Bitcoin's going to go back up. There will be more crashes. It goes up and down. Expect it. Be ready for it. And if you're not ready for it, go get a savings account. Anyway, guys, that is all from the Crypto Lark. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.